Very good morning, students. We have started with our 9th standard science, that is chemistry chapter. Is matter around us pure? So in this chapter we have discussed that matter can be of pure substance as well as mixture. Pure substance is nothing but which are all made up of only one kind of atoms. So those can be elements or maybe compounds. Right, students? So this we discussed. So today in this class we are going to discuss about mixture. Okay? So matter can be, mixture also can be called as the matter. So what is the meaning of matter? That much we discussed. In detail we are going to discuss in today's class, that is about mixture. Yes, students, already we have discussed the meaning of mixture. What do you mean by mixture? Two or more substances, elements, when they have combined physically. This word you have to mention. When they have combined physically, they are going to form the mixture. So they are going to form the mixture, right, students? So mixture we are dividing into two types, like homogeneous mixture as well as heterogeneous mixture. Mixture we are dividing as homogeneous as well as heterogeneous. What is the meaning of homogeneous, students? We discussed in our previous class. Homo nothing but single. If it is made up of the constituents which cannot be indistinguishable, right? Take the example of the salt solution. What do you mean by salt solution? In this you have mixed salt plus water, but both are, when mixed with each other, it is indistinguishable. You cannot divide. So called as homogeneous mixture. Right? What about heterogeneous mixture, students? The constituents are distinguishable. You can divide the constituents, like sand plus what we can add in the sand, any particles you can add in the sand. Sand plus stone, small stone particles are there in the sand. So what happens there? This is a hetero, means different types of constituents are present, right? So today what we are going to discuss, homogeneous mixtures, nothing but they are either the solutions or maybe alloys. Okay? Either they are the solutions or the alloys. So what is the meaning of solutions? Again, how many types are there? What are all the properties, examples? Same with the alloys we are going to discuss today. And heterogeneous mixture in the next class. Okay, students? So, solutions and the alloys we are going to discuss today. Solutions. So tell me, students, what do you mean by solution? Solute plus solvent. Solute plus solvent is equal to solution. Means what? You have put the solute in the solvent, so you have prepared the solution. Right? What is solute? The substance which will get dissolved in the solvent. The substance which will get dissolved in the solvent is called as solute. What do you mean by solvent? The substance which dissolves the solute in it. dispersed particles. And solvent as dispersion medium. So take the examples of salt plus water again, student. Salt is solute which is going to dissolve, so called as these are the dispersed particles. What about the water? Water is a solvent and this is the dispersion medium. It is a medium which helps for the dispersion of the particles. Right? So combination, the result is called as the solution. Salt plus water solution. Hope you are understanding, students? Yes. There are so many examples for the solution. Salt solution, sugar solution, it may be the copper sulfate solution. Right? One more example, like iodine tincture. Can I write it here? Okay. The next example is iodine tincture. So till there you are able to see? Fine. So what is this iodine tincture? A small quantity tincture, a bit of iodine, you are going to put it in the alcohol to prepare the solution. Right? So that is called as the iodine tincture. So what happened here? Iodine is solid and you are going to put it in the alcohol which is liquid in nature. So this is an example for solid in liquid medium. Solid is solute and the liquid alcohol as the solvent. So you have prepared a solution. Right? One more example, vinegar. This is one example. Let us take one more, that is vinegar. So what is the combination of vinegar? Acetic acid plus water. Acetic acid plus water. What is the state of acidic water? Acetic acid, liquid. Water, liquid. So it is an example for liquid in liquid. So what I want to say, students, don't confuse that solute, always it should be a solid. No, it can be solid, liquid or it may be the gas. Same thing with the solvent. Maximum time solvent will be the water, but we find the other substances also. Like here you got the alcohol in preparing iodine tincture. Like that, the solvent also may differ, not always the water. Okay. Now what happened? Vinegar. So that is an example for liquid in liquid state. Right. Solution of liquid in liquid state. Next, soda water. Next example. Soda water. What is the combination of soda water? Carbon dioxide gas which is dissolved in the water. Right? So carbon dioxide gas is a gas which is dissolved in the liquid. So it is an example for solution of gas in liquid. Okay. One more example, air. As you know, students, air is the best example for the mixture and it is an example for homogeneous. So it will be considered air. What is present in the air? It is a mixture of many types of gases. Oxygen, carbon, it may be carbon dioxide, right? Hydrogen. Like this, so many types of gases are there. These gases are dissolved in another gas, that is nitrogen. Okay, so what is dissolved in what here? The gas is dissolved in gas. Which are all the gas? Carbon, oxygen, hydrogen. These are the gases which are dissolved in the gas. Which gas? Nitrogen. So here is an example for solution of gas in gas state. Okay, students, so I wanted to tell you, solute can be solid, liquid, gas. Solvent can be solid, liquid, gas. Like this we find the combination of the solution. Right? Next heading, students. Properties of a solutions. Next heading, students. Properties of solution. What is the first property? First and foremost property is solution is a homogeneous mixture. Solution, right down, students? Solution is a homogeneous mixture. Correct? Homo, salt solution, sugar solution. Can you distinguish the constituents? No. So it is called as homogeneous mixture. Second property, size of solute particles. Size of solute particles in a solution is extremely small. Is extremely small. It is less than 1 nanometer of a diameter. It is how much it is? 1 nanometer in diameter. In you write 1 nanometer in diameter. So how much is nanometer, students? As you know, 1 nanometer is equal to 10 to the power of minus 9 meter. So small it is, 10 to the power of minus 9 meter. So that much is the size of the solute particles. Next one, third property, you cannot see the particles of solution with a normal microscope, like compound microscope what we are using in the laboratory. With that you cannot see, you need the super one, means which is extraordinary. That type of microscope only we have to use. So write down the particles of solution cannot be seen with a microscope. Cannot be seen with a microscope. Next one. Solution cannot be separated. Solution cannot be separated by filtration. By filtration. See, students, salt solution you have prepared. You are going to take one filter paper you are going to take, and you are going to filter the salt solution. Can you separate salt and water? Can you separate sugar and water? No, we cannot separate. That is what it is called as. It cannot be separated by a simple physical method like filtration. Next one. The solutions are very stable. The solutions are very stable. Listen, students. Very stable in the sense, you took one beaker, you have prepared the salt solution. Okay, so what will you will think? If I keep this beaker undisturbed, so can we separate the water and salt? Like mud, sand you have taken in the water and you kept it without disturbing. There what happens, it is a heterogeneous mixture. You can separate the sand and water by the filtration also. But here can you separate the homogeneous mixture? No, you cannot. You keep it for hours together. You cannot separate these two constituents easily by the physical methods. That is what called as the properties. The solutions are very stable. Wrote up? Fine. Next one. Listen, students. That is what we are going to call such type of solutions as true solutions. True solution in the sense you cannot distinguish the constituents. That is what called as the true solution. Okay? The true solution does not scatter light. Does not scatter light. Rota, listen. So you put one beaker, fill it with a salt solution or sugar solution or lemon juice or something. Okay, you are going to take one torch and you are going very small in size and equally they are distributed throughout the water. Right? Because of these two reasons you don't find the scattering of a beam of light. Right, students? Yes. So these are all called as the properties of solution. Okay? Fine. So what we discussed, students? Mixture with the two types, homogeneous, heterogeneous. Homogeneous are classified as solutions and alloys. So about solutions in detail we have discussed. So let us see about alloys. So that day also in my previous class I told you what is the meaning of alloys. Either you are going to take two types of metals or metal non-metal. The combination, by the combination you are preparing some mixture and that mixture is called as the alloy. Right? I think we discussed one example also, that is the example of the brass. Brass is a combination of zinc and copper. See, zinc and copper, these two are the metals. By the combination you are getting some other new substance that is called as the alloy. Right? So why you are going to consider alloys as a homogeneous mixture? Why? Because the properties of its constituents we find in case of the products. Brass is the combination of zinc as well as copper. So these two properties we can find it here, but equally distributed. Equally in the sense you cannot distinguish after preparing the brass. That is what you are going to consider brass under the alloy. Right? And one more thing, these are with the variable compositions. Different compositions, percentage of this you can change. So that is variable composition we are going to take under alloys. Right, students? So because of this property, even alloys comes under the homogeneous mixtures. Hope you are understanding, students. In the next class we will start with heterogeneous mixture. What are all the meaning? How many types will come? That all we will discuss. Okay? Fine. Take on today's work, students. First question. What is solution? What is a solution? Second, mention the properties of a solution. Mention the properties of a solution. Right? So finish this homework also, students. Update yourself. We'll see the remaining in the next class. Okay? Thank you, students.